statement from Coach Corny Jackson? Can we get any questions?
I thought we had a slow start, right? It's a process. You know, Wyatt being out, obviously, Jalen is the only guy on the floor who had experience, some real experience on the floor here at Marshall. So I thought we had a slow start, you know, but, you know, that's part of the process. Told the guys after the game, you know, we're looking for someone to set the tone, right? Someone to set the tone. I don't care who it is, but someone needs to set the tone and make sure we don't have a slow start like we did. Throughout the game, too many silly fouls. I thought early on they took the fight to us, and it showed. They had 10 offensive rebounds at halftime. They finished the game with 15. It's way too many. We didn't shoot the three well. We shot, I want to say, 30%. You know, our two top shooters, Wilson and Caleb, they were 3 for 15. So we need those guys shooting way better. All right. But all in all, we still scored 90 points. 90 points. Saw some bright spots. Matt got going the second half. Andrew gave us a spark, a huge spark. The freshman. I mean, so you had several guys give us sparks, but it's a process. It's a good game for us. They're physical. They're older. They're fast. They're athletic. So it's a good game for us.
Coach, you talk about like getting going as it goes on. Could you talk about how much maybe that when Matt starts to draw some pressure when he's doing good, that it opens up the outside a little bit more for you guys? Because it seemed like once he got going that the shooters got a little bit more space.
Yeah, for sure. You know what? Whenever you have 7-4 rolling to the rim and catching the ball and being strong, you obviously draws a lot of attention. So I thought Matt did a much better job of that of the second half. Again, man, Matt has a lot of college experience, but he's still learning, right? He's still learning how we do things here at Marshall and what we expect at Marshall. You know, his previous stops, I don't think he was asked to do some of the things he's asking to do here. I mean, Matt is, you know, we play majority man-to-man defense. You know, at his last stop, they played zone when he was in the game. So it's a process, but he's doing well. I mean, if you look at his numbers, I want to say he had, what do you have, 18 and 13? You'll take that, right?
For the players, when you have that kind of threat, you know, on the lobs and all that, just how much more fluid does it get for you guys opening up and all that kind of stuff?
Really just makes it easy. Credit to Matt. Credit to the ball handlers coming off the screens. We work on it every day. He really just makes our life easy. And we know we get it to him, get him going, then he'll kick it back out and we'll get going.
Yeah, just what Wilson said, yeah, he makes the game a lot easier for a lot of us. So, you know, I'm grateful and blessed to have him on my team. And we work on it every day. Talk about going hard and being aggressive. So, yeah, he's a big key piece to the team.
Thought transition defense for you guys was pretty good. Jalen, especially down the stretch, started to get a lot of, you know, they would kind of cross half court and you guys would take it right back. Did it feel like that kind of looked good for you guys?
Yeah, we talked about that the last few days, the transition. You know, we obviously played them last year, so we're familiar with them. The one little guard, he's a one-man fast break, and they're fast and they're athletic. So we kind of harped on that the last few days in practice. Let's make sure we get back and make them score in the half court. I thought they did a good job of trying to break us down and driving and kicking, which is good for us, right? So because we're going to see a lot of teams in the Sun Belt with similar athletes, fast, strong, can get to the rim. The one kid even tried to dunk on Matt after the play. I don't know if you saw that, but it was good. It was a good game for us. It was good. It was a good game for us. I asked these guys probably 2 weeks ago, you know, how are we going to win when we don't shoot well? How are we going to win? So 30% is bad for us, but we still pulled it out, and it's still a growing process. I mean, 57% of our team are just new guys, so they're still trying to figure it out, and I'm trying to figure them out and what's best for this team.
Coach, you've been there a little bit. You know, teams will try to break you down early. That way you can't get into your offensive flow, especially when you got athleticism and length. You know, being a former point guard yourself, how do you keep teams from being able to get up under you and sort of, you know, be pesky and turn into a scrappy game?
Well, you just have to make the right decision, right? Because early on, we couldn't run anything offensive because they were sending two guys at the ball handler, right? We talked about, okay, when they send two, the opposite guy comes to the ball, we just kick it ahead, and then let's attack. What we didn't want to do is play against the press and then play against another defense in the half court. So I'd rather for us to break the press or break the pressure and look to score. But it's again, man, Noah is playing the majority of the point guard. You know, at his previous stop, he was on the wing. He played with 2 small guards. So it's a process for him to try to get him to see the game and slow down. You know, he's so fast and he's so athletic. When a guy pressures him, he wants to go by him automatically, right? He wants to use his athleticism, which is not bad, right? Not a bad thought, but at this level, you can slow down and kind of not let the defense speed you up. That way, you're still making the right reads.
For the players, just what's it been like, this process for you guys as you get going, just generally speaking, what have you seen out of it?
It's really been great. Like there's like anything there's highs and lows, but I'm getting to experience these highs and lows at Marshall. So it's all been great. Just loving every day, really. Every day is a new opportunity. Just trying to cherish it and take it day by day, really.
Yeah. So far it's been really exciting, really good. Just taking each day one by one, each practice one by one, each game and stuff like that. So, you know, it's been real good, real exciting. So.
We have a lot of guys who can play minutes, right? A lot of guys who can help us. So we spend some time talking on us being a part of something bigger than yourself, right? I still, you know, I showed these guys last week. I'm watching the bench energy. I'm not just watching the game when I watch film. So when I watch film in the morning, I'm watching the bench energy. Who's into the game when they're not in, right? That's important. That's important. A lot of times people watch who's making the three or throwing the lob, right? To me, I want to watch the bench energy, make sure we're locked in as one, and making sure we're all together, all right, cheering for each other. Because tonight it may be Wilson's night, next night it may be Andrew's night, the next night it may be Matt's night. We have that kind of depth. So, again, it's about trusting the process, being together, and believing and fighting for something bigger than yourself. And we all represent Marshall. Told him the other day, too, in practice, don't get caught up in the green and white jerseys in practice. We're all represent Marshall. When we go to UMass, we're going to have the same jersey on, trying to get a win.
And it segues right into this next point. I mean, for you two guys, what is the next step? You're 6 days away from the regular season, and things really start cranking, they start counting. For each of y'all, what's the next step to take y'all to another level?
Just taking each practice, each day, being patient, and just getting mentally prepared, physically prepared, and stuff like that for UMass for our first official game. So, you know, we just taking each day slow and patient and stuff like that.
Yeah, and to add to that, just sticking to the routine. Like we've got a good routine going on here at Marshall, and just trusting the coaching staff and trusting what they put in front of us and getting ready to go 100% with whatever they got us going to.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, appreciate it.